Now you are actually the B2C architect in Salesforce,
Yeah.
right? And what is your day and day or day out and day in tasks that you do?
Yeah. So basically, when you speak about B2C solution architect, how we look at it at Salesforce, it's a B2C multi-cloud solution architect, which means either you have a B2B line of business or a B2C line of business. You are kind of going out and kind of selling to 1,000 people, or you are selling 1,000 things to one people, something of that sort. Like that's the difference between B2B and B2C. So I, because I had marketing cloud background and all, so B2C is something which appealed me more and more. And when we speak about multi-cloud, we think, okay, how can marketing cloud, B2C commerce, service cloud, Slack, Tableau, platform, MuleSoft, how can they come together, integrate efficiently, and solve multiple use cases, multiple solutions that lie in the B2C area or B2C domain of businesses. So yeah, so coming back to your question, my charter is to how we can create these solutions, how we can enable more and more people onto these solutions, and
Mm,
then take it forward so that people who are going to implement one of these multi-cloud solutions to have better understanding about it. So
mm,
when I talk about my day in life, so my boss sits in London, so I kind of start my day a bit late, and so that by 11ish when I start, the aim is to okay, understand what is that we have to look. So I have to plan my day in, or my days in the beginning of the week, so that we understand, okay, in this week I've got two webinars or just one webinar, or I don't have anything to deliver, but there's something kind of course coming up for which I have to create. I have to talk with so and so kind of SME to understand something from him. I need to read through a certain topic to learn myself how this thing is evolving. Because, like I said, B2C marketing cloud, some bit of commerce was still through my domain, but some things like MuleSoft, Tableau, and all came as a new perspective.
mm,
So that's
mm,
where I actually start, planning my week and then move forward. So I start my day a bit late, around 11 a.m. Give couple of hours to finish some of the most important tasks of the day. Writing courses is something which I felt is more tricky for me, so that I try to complete in the beginning of the day itself. Then we try to interact with more partners, more SMEs. There are few queries coming in through us through partner community and other channels, which we try to answer. And yeah, plan for more activities, more enablement activities. So that is what largely we do
mm.
as a this role. Shashi.
So yeah, actually yeah, I remember you giving us training in the for interaction when it was a Thunderhead. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you are explaining like you with MuleSoft and Tableau and all. So I think how you people get skill up with all these different tools is so interesting.
Yeah, and that is what the best part of my job also. I think sometimes that it keep on giving you more and more opportunities to go out and learn something new,
Mm,
and then share with folks, and then
mm,
learn alongside with them. Because
mm,
like I told you, interaction studio which is out there, marketing cloud personalization, it is again having some sort of a front end approach also. So then there are people who are like pretty good on the front end aspect, which is not my forte. I didn't know much about JavaScript and all. Then there are people and they try to bring a lot of innovative approach. So
mm,
my idea out there always like not to go there and teach someone something, but to share what I know, and then take back from the group what they have seen into their projects. Because uh, people who come into our sessions, they are pretty experienced. They are the ones who would have worked on actual projects. They are the
mm,
ones who have seen actual customer problems and all, and what they share with us during the sessions. And usually it's like a single partner workshop, so they are more open to tell, okay, in that project they did so and so method, and that's what the client asked, and they were the challenge and how we solved it. All that is pretty awesome. So get into the sharing mode. uh, I get to learn a lot as well. So but yeah, uh, just to see that how to keep on the learning curve and keep on learning new stuff. It's all about okay being more curious on actually what's coming out.
So you all actually do the enablement program, right? Basically enabling the organizations going conducting the training, right?
Yeah.
So uh, what keeps you all motivated that okay, you are going to different cities, going to different organizations and conducting all these sessions. Okay. Sometimes you feel like okay, if I'm going to basically let's say like example for the trail it when we did that with 100. Now you're training there. What goes inside your mind? Like, okay, is obviously that it is a very new tool, and you are not that. That's an obvious, right? It's a very new tool, so you have a lot of learning comps have to be there. And is it that you already get equipped with all the functionalities and all these features that is there, and then you go and say, okay, now I know everything, and I'll go, or you say, okay, whatever has been trained, this is the plan, and we conduct
Uh,
those training.
So not actually, because like every workshop which we do in the initial phases goes to a different way of mode. So like I remember for one of the training when Thunderhead was part of
Mm,
the larger suite. That time I actually went down to US, do the training myself, the hands-on training, because they were like very selective and they were just doing into States or Europe, so they couldn't actually send a SME to India. So what I did was
mm,
I went there, did the training, did some sort of hands-on exercises, shadowed someone onto a project, then started doing those workshops similarly here. Then in few of
mm,
the instances, since pandemic time, we're doing a lot of stuff virtually. So even partners get to train alongside even internal Salesforce folks and other CSG teams onto a certain
mm,
product, because it's being done virtually worldwide. There's no
mm,
in-person session at all. So that time, everyone will like, get to learn it on the same pace. And
mm,
lastly, there are great culture within Salesforce to kind of share stuff or share knowledge amongst peers and all. So that kind
mm,
of helped me a lot to kind of fast track my own learning, and then whatever I've learned, how to kind of break it down, create use cases
mm,
out of it, and then share it with other partners or people who are coming into our webinar. So yeah, there are like multiple approaches, and
mm,
one or the other approach do work in our enablement
Yeah,
programs.
why? See, I'm quite interested to understand, okay, behind the scene actually. You know why I'm saying this is, let's say I'm conducting a session every Saturday. Hmm. I basically
Yeah.
don't prepare. Randomly because I don't get all this time to prepare and all do all these things, right? So if I have to prepare, maybe I'll prepare 2 hours before, creating some small PPT or something, writing something, whatever I have that is inside my mind. Okay, and suddenly somebody asks a question. I'm working for this marketing cloud for 6 7 years now, right? So what happens is, uh, though I say I know, okay, but sometimes those questions that they ask is like for me, it's like, oh my god, I haven't actually thought about it. Hmm. Now you basically giving up a training, you are conducting a training which is very new, so people are going to definitely go and ask all these questions, right? So and yeah, I have seen you very closely, people asking questions and delivering all those answers. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to learn. Hmm. What actually happens before when you go to that training? So do you say like, okay, अगर इसने ये question पूछ लिया तो मैं answer क्या दूंगा?
Uh, okay, so because it could be because it's a new kind of topic, so obviously I kind of stay kind to myself, and I know that I'll not have answers to all the questions which will be coming in, but we do give enough time for preparation of a certain in-person workshop and all. So that is very very critical for us. Sometimes we even do kind of a dry run with one of the other expert, just to make sure that hey, I've covered all the grounds, and then go out and deliver something, so that folks like you or anyone who's coming to a workshop do get the best of the kind of experience, right? Because you guys come from your billable hours and then try to, stretch yourself, do something, to
mm,
try to learn something over here, then go back. It would be unfair that if a person comes with any kind of, gaps into their own preparation, or come with uh, half-hearted preparation, if I may say. So the point is, yeah, we do try to give enough time for preparation. We do dry runs. Uh,
mm,
we When we try to learn from the other solution engineers, people who are out there on the field, we try to first understand what are the first set of questions, or the L1 kind of question which can be expected from an audience, right?
mm,
So for example, if customer data platform which is coming up, or Genie to be more precise,
mm,
like Genie came up quite recently. So not today itself, people will start talking about how to connect Genie to Amazon Connect and do some sort of AI thing and all. They'll actually start, okay, how do I connect Genie with my data warehouses? So they'll actually start with basics. So the
mm,
idea is to how to make sure that all those basics are answered. And there will be possibility that people will be into the room who will try to go one step ahead and then ask, okay, how do I connect Genie with so and so other cloud, and then bring uh, Azure into picture and things like that. So all that we do keep in mind that, okay, this is out of scope. Our first goal is to what we're selling. How do we make sure that people who are enabling, people like you who are going to
mm,
implement Genie, for example, on the field,
mm,
do have all the basic answers to cover. Okay, so
mm,
and yeah, and we can always, and at least I've done it a lot of time when I go in and say, okay, I'm sorry. Uh, I don't have the best answer for this, but I can clearly add it to my parking lot, and I will come back to you to answer this question. So
mm,
yeah, that is what
That is the,
we do.
yeah. Yeah. I have to learn. I can't say I'll go to the partner and get the answer. I'll say, okay, I'll find it for you and let you
Yeah,
know. Uh, Yeah.
and there's no harm actually saying that you don't know, or that you won't, and you would require more time, because again, that is very very human. And but you're actually making sure that people trust in what you're saying. Because what
Mm,
happens is, if you don't know the answer, then you still try to fill up, do or say something out of it. And if you just do some sort of BS in front of
mm,
partners and all,
mm,
people are smart. They understand that, hey, what
mm,
you're saying is not correct. So why should we
mm,
even, kind of trust what you have told in the last 50 minutes if this is what you're
mm,
saying is not correct? So I do
mm,
make sure that either I go well prepared, or take out more time and take out for more
mm.
time from people to answer their questions. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I'm blunt. I say I don't know, I don't know. So, and yeah, there will be different way of solving an issue. Like if you're taking an approach, okay. So everybody has their own way. Yeah, but if some topics that comes up which I don't know, I say simply don't know.
Yeah, that's the
uh,
best way to do it. Yeah.
so study about people who I bring into conversation, and I don't bring any random people whom I do not know. Okay,
Okay.
so uh, when I study someone, okay, I study in depth. So uh, I was going through a profile. Okay, whatever I have the capability to dig through that rabbit hole. So uh, I saw some recommendation. Okay, that has people has given to you in LinkedIn, and one of the
Yeah.
interesting thing that I found was the use case, or the use case study about IPL franchise, Chennai Super
Yeah.
Kings. If you
Yeah.
can share some light on there
Yeah,
about
I
this
mean
franchise.
that was one of the best case studies we have won as a team during my college days. So during my MBA days, I was into like doing a lot of case studies, and going in for presentation, etc., into other colleges, and this was one of them. So this was held at IM Kozhikode, their annual fest called Backwaters. We were there, and Chennai Super Kings have been visiting IM Kozhikode almost every year, wherein what they will do is they'll actually kind of uh, put in some sort of problem statement. They'll ask colleges to or teams to come and give their suggestions, what more or what better can be done. We will give our suggestions, and then they'll actually commit. They'll figure out what all can be done and all. So in the jury, there were like couple of people. So there was a person called Mr. Chandrabhan Singh. He was the GM of India Cement at point in time, and he was also heading CSK franchisee, like their relations, because in India Cement owns
mm,
CSK. And then we had Choka, who was their agency head about all the creatives and all. So Mr. Kudu and all was created by Choka. So all these people were there into the jury, and me, my friend Tejas and Pankaj, we all three were there, and we presented what we thought would be the best in terms of what an IPL team can do. And now, since you have discussed about that part, I could, kind of go back
mm,
11 years back, and
mm,
we had a total different perspective of digital marketing. It was called SMAC at that point of time, SMAC, like
mm,
social media, mobile computing, analytics, and cloud computing. That's how we used
mm,
to kind of break down everything and then see that how an enterprise is doing on social, what are they doing on mobile, what are they doing on analytics, how they're collecting data, and how are they failing on cloud computing. Today, cloud computing is like a no-brainer. Like everyone has to be on the cloud just to make sure that they're accessible and all, and their performance at the next level. But that point of time, even cloud computing, people think that should they do it or not do it. So that sort of thing, and we gave pretty good examples. I don't have that slide handy with me. I would have shown you otherwise, but yeah, what all we kind of presented in terms of and now I see that few of those features are pretty much there in a lot of OTT apps also, and
mm,
and so I said, okay,
mm,
I mean, we did a good job at that point of time, and
mm.
yeah, got some good
Yeah,
prize money and
yeah.
good.
Yeah. You said this is around 2011, 12, right? So
Yeah,
I can relate those things because I was more from a .NET background, okay, and they were friends who were basically going into the cloud computing, especially AWS and all, and there were other cloud computing there. And yeah, I was also not the fan of cloud computing at that time, and I didn't.
yeah,
I used to say, yeah, I used to say my friends, I don't like these tools and all because it's like more of a robotic thing to do, and it is. I don't like robotics and all. Okay, so I used to say I don't have any interest such. I like developing from the foundation whatever we have learned, right? So being a .NET developer, that is a full stack developer and all. So we used to participate in a lot of hackathons and all, right? So discussing about parking spaces, okay, or having some app to be developed for parking spaces. Like let's say you have there are festivals in Kolkata. Okay, during festivals, people used to bring their cars, bring their bike, and all, and they face issues with parking. So I have a garage, okay, which is currently there is no vehicles there parked. So I can
okay,
basically use that app, okay, and from there they can book their parking, and then they can come there and they park there and they give some
wow,
fees, okay, or they can basically also allocate to the government parking where they can advancedly book the parking space, okay, for them, and they will have to set the time, okay, I want to be there, I want to park the car or the vehicle from this time to. So we were more technical person and uh, doing all these apps and all, but not into marketing that cloud computing,
yeah. So I
So
mean, what come a long way from those area. I mean, those times of 2011, 12, or like how is to see ad tech, ad marketing, those kind of media spends and all. So yeah, I mean, the world has
mm,
come really a long way since then.
yeah, yeah.